Well, I'm going to go through the sale real quick with you guys. I told everybody there's 9 horses in the sale. Rito's Lady is in the sale for obvious. Some of these horses are pretty obvious, right? Rito's Lady, I shouldn't have to explain why she's in here. She's not a stable horse. Is she going to be a nice horse for somebody? I'm sure. There's no lameness problems with any. I know that some people look at these videos and obviously are not our clients yet or may at all. And maybe looking at some of these videos for some inside information. And when it comes to these horses, all 9 of them are sound. There's no issues with soundness with regard to any of them. I will give you the reasoning for the most part for some of them being up here. Rito's Lady, okay in her qualifier in the mud. Is she going to be able, want to race her in Saratoga or something? I'm sure she'll be fine. I wouldn't call her a stake horse. I would find it hard to believe that she would get from where she is now to being a stake horse. We'll see. But at the same time, that doesn't mean she can't be a decent overnight horse for somebody. Electric Lion clearly could be a pretty easy winner the other day in his first asking at the Meadows. I was impressed. Now, not impressed enough to say we're going to keep him for sure. No, I mean, he's not going to be an Ohio Sire stake horse, but given the money they're racing for in Miami Valley, I can't imagine there wouldn't be a lot of people interested in Electric Lion for sure. Commando Tom, I just don't like the horse. I don't like the way he raced in his first start. I think he'll be a fine overnight horse. He should be what we bought him for. What I would like is if he had a little less talent and a better attitude. In fact, he has plenty of talent. I can tell you that from sitting behind him. He can go. But his work ethic is just so-so. He's going to be a nice horse. Again, a lot of these horses could be geared towards, it wouldn't be shocking to see Commando Tom race in a condition claimer, numbers of 1, 2, 3, somewhere, and do fine. 100% sound, good-looking bodied horse. Put his nose right in the gate. He'll do his work. Just wish he had done more of it. Enzo Guayo, again, this guy hasn't done anything wrong since I had him the first time or the second time. The backstory on Enzo is the first time we bought him, I staked this horse as heavily as any horse I've ever staked. I thought he had as much talent as any horse we had in the barn training down, and he did. But when push came to shove and it boiled down to sheer want and desire and work ethic, he was just an overnight horse. He's just a horse. He's a nice horse, put his nose in the gate. Again, he'll do his work. He's already won in 57 at Northfield, 56 at Mohawk. You can race him anywhere, anyhow. If you're out there saying, geez, you're looking for an amateur horse for next year, this guy doesn't do a whole lot wrong and is a nice horse to be around. So Enzo Guayo, again, you're getting up in that non-winners of 4 class. It's not an easy bunch. So we just opted. If they're not going to go out there and be 8-5 and run over them, probably just going to move them along. That's what time of year we're dealing with. And I can't be any more upfront with anybody than saying we have minus 11 stalls right now. Now, hold on. We're going to sell 2 other horses, move some to Ontario. We are minus 7 horses at Northfield Park. So we don't have stalls for 7 horses that have to come in next week. And people look at that and say, oh, yeah, sure. This is the reality of the situation, is that I'm not sending a horse like Commando Tom. I'm not going to send him to Saratoga and pay a board bill on him, but we will sell him. Halakai, same type of thing as Enzo. The horse did nothing but good for us. Did good as a 2- and 3-year-old for the people that had her in Kentucky. Did well for us here in Northfield. And again, she probably places for her to race. I just think it made more sense. This was a horse that could move on, and therefore we will and are going to move on. Move her on. Warwee Yuri, disappointed. This is a full brother to Warwee Roo. He's the most docile, gentle horse. He's a big panda bear. He's not I don't know how competitive he is, to be honest. He went out and did his work the other night. I would have liked, did touch the bike a little bit, and the hobbles did look a little bit tight to me in the mile. Are they going to be the difference in being third and winning? No. They would have been the difference being third beat 2.5 lengths, and third beat a length and 3/4. That's what it would have been the difference of. Really? You don't see the alarm going off in your car? No? Okay. All gas, no brakes. It's very simple. He is probably the best or one of the best 55 to 65 claimers. The class isn't filled in 2 weeks. And it didn't fill last week. I said, no big deal. We'll give him a week off. And it didn't fill this week. And I said, no. Now, if we don't get, again, I know what he's worth. He's worth 50 to 55,000 Canadian, and if we don't get that for him, we're going to retain him. I'll just race him at Mohawk next week, or send him to Yonkers next week, or send him to wherever. We can do what we don't have to send him anyway, and take him to Northfield and take him to the Meadows. We don't have to do anything with all gas, no brakes. But again, when it comes right down to it. If his class isn't going to fill here, I opted to, step one, we'll put him on preferred. If you don't get what we want for him, then make no mistake, by the time the sale rolls along, by the time he's supposed to sell, what did Amy do? Oh, you don't even know if you got your drink in. That's frustrating. I did that the other day. You know what's worse than doing that? It doesn't look like you did.
Order in progress.
Oh, yeah.
15.
That was 10 minutes ago. Just show it to them. Sometime, maybe somebody...
Like, it said pick up at 12:50.
Yeah, show it to them. Maybe somebody missed something. You don't want to get her mad. Ho! You don't have her Starbucks ready. Could be a problem in there. There might be a melee in the Starbucks. I see it too. There's like 25 people in there waiting for drinks. Bad time of the day to go looking for a drink at Starbucks here. So all gas, no brakes. Take him, leave him. I don't care. Well, you can be sure by the time that he's supposed to sell, I will have a plan for him the second the hammer drops or does not drop on all gas, no brakes. Same really thing for Stay Close. We have a number of horses that can move around right now, and we have 3 horses that are going to fit Stay Close's class. Do we move them around? Move one of them to a different jurisdiction? At the end of the day, too, I'm not oblivious to the fact that we are trying to run the stable. We are trying to have horses race in competitive ways, and not having them get in or having them in the wrong class is not a good way to run any barn. So Stay Close. Let's see. We'll see what he's worth. We'll see what people want for him. Listen, go look at his lines. Go look at his race the other horse. Blasted out of the 6-hole to the front. 27-57, just got nipped at the wire in 55. He's a winner in 52-1 this year on a 5/8. You can race him on a half of 5/8, 7/8. Race him wherever you want. He's a nice horse, but we can't keep them all. And then think of Galaxies. This one was a tough one for me. You're gonna have to wrestle her away from me. If you're out there and you're saying, geez, I wouldn't mind bidding on that mare, go ahead. I know what she's worth. She's a well-bred mare that went 150-2 on a half, Northfield, 150-1 or 150-2 once or twice at the Meadows. She's picked for second tonight in the Open Fillies and Mares at Northfield. She would do very, very well in an Open anywhere. And given the fact that Yonkers is opening up right now, I guess that was my decider. That voice inside me saying, there's probably people out there looking for a horse that can race in an Open on a half, a true Open mare. This is one of them. So I can tell you this much. I'm not happy that the Open's not filling at the Meadows. I don't like drawing the outside, which we did twice before today at Northfield Park. She won the Open and then was relegated to handicap to the 8-hole. And I thought she was handicapped twice. She wasn't. She was handicapped the first time and drew the 7 the second time. So I'm fine to keep her. But if we are going to get paid for what she is, which is, as I said, a well-bred Open mare that gets around a half. She wears a set of shin boots. It must be, a 59-inch hobble, a set of shin boots and a line pole on the outside. That's all she wears. And can leave with the starting gate on any size track. So if somebody's out there looking for an Open pacer, a filly mare. What was that? If somebody is, then look no further than Think of Galaxies. That was really weird. Anyway, I will.
Hello, not then.
What is going on with my car? With this car? If somebody is out there and looking for an Open mare, a legit Open mare, probably have to look no further than Think of Galaxies. So that's your sale. I want to talk to you about today's sets. If you want to put your seatbelt on, that'd be great. And I'll talk to you about today's sets, and then that will be it, I believe. Just the 3-year-olds to run through real quick. Take care, everybody.